to continue our series on the yoga chakras. Today we'll be working with the crown chakra. So I'm going to take a few minutes to let everyone get on board, dial in, tune in, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, social media. Give you a few minutes to come on. And in the meantime, I'm going to start my platform. I'm on a mini waiver today. So the waiver mini, that is. And I'm going to start this platform in a manual mode. So I'm excited for you to all join me today. If you were unable to join, you're watching the recording right now. And a little bit about me, Roseanne Zapp from Live Fit. I'm a professional fitness trainer, yoga therapist, Pilates practitioner, and health coach. And I work with active aging people just like you to help you to live fit in mind, body, and spirit. So whether you're new to yoga or new to one of the Life Pro platforms, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to continue with our series. This is the last of the 7-week series we did on the yoga chakras. And as I mentioned previously, I am on the waiver mini, and so whatever platform that you're using today is perfect. Please feel free to type in your chat box where you're tuning in from and what platform you have and any questions that you have. Today in our what we've been doing for the last 7 weeks is a 2-part practice. Of the first session today is all about the specific chakra, all the information that you need to know about it, and there's so much out there. And then on Wednesday, we'll be actually doing a practice using the yoga postures, all the elements I'm going to be talking about in a practice. So this is basically very instructional, but while we're learning, we could be sitting on the platform. Now, if you're used to standing on the platform and that feels good for you, you can do that, but just go ahead and have a seat with me for at least the first 10 minutes, because I will have you standing and I will have you sitting on the platform as well. If you are not comfortable with standing or sitting on the platform, stay in your seat. It's great. Just keep enjoying the energy that's coming out of this platform. Now, whatever platform you're on, I'm on oscillation mode, and I want to encourage you to do oscillation mode. We're going to go into really balancing out our energy for this chakra. And I'm actually going to put it up to about a 10 right now. So I'm just going to kick in a little bit more and get into a 10 there. Okay. The crown chakra, Sasara is the name of that chakra, the crown chakra. And this word, Sasara, means 1,000 petals. Now our chakras, just a little background, before we became our physical body, where our energy was designed into systems. We are a series of organized into meridians, and in those meridians are centers of energy. And we come all the way from the root chakra all the way to sacral, to solar plexus, to throat, or to heart, to throat, to third eye, and now around the crown. Now, to find out where exactly your crown chakra is, you're going to take your thumbs and put them right above your ears, and then take your index fingers and let them touch at the top. And then press down. That is your crown. That is specifically where this is located at. And all chakras spin differently. Some spin clockwise, some spin counterclockwise. This chakra spins clockwise. Now, as I said, this is the definition, or the Sanskrit means 1,000 petals. And as I mentioned, it's located at the top of the head. So the focus of this chakra is about consciousness. It's about connection to source, to divine, to higher power, to spiritual, something that is bigger than us in our physical body. And chakras either emit or they absorb energy. And when a chakra is out of balance, the prana, our life force, our energy that comes from our feet, from our platform, that moves through our body, doesn't really flow, and it gets kind of blocked or stagnant. So what better way to start moving energy than on our platform? It's the perfect way to physically move energy. But we use elements in our yoga practice, our therapeutic yoga practice, to help with the opening, the clearing, the balancing, if you will, of these chakras. Now, when the crown chakra is activated or developed, if you will, we really have a sense of knowing. We have a sense of knowledge and wisdom, far beyond our book smarts knowing. It's just a knowing in your head. You feel peaceful. You feel blessed in your body. You're more accepting of the situations, of yourself, of the true self. I'm going to call it, if our physical body is the lowercase self, us self, ego self, think about our true self is the capital S. So we're really accepting and we become connected with our true self. Now, when this chakra is underactive, if you will, underactive, we kind of lack inspiration. We feel confused. We maybe even sleep a lot. We just don't feel our energy, our awareness, this sense of fogginess, like a foggy head. However, that's when it's underactive. If it's overactive, if it's feeling like it's too open, that may become where we become fearful. We're so hyper aware that we're overwhelmed by knowledge. We become maybe unwilling to look at new ideas. We can't see the big picture, if you will. And you might even have when that chakra is open, overactive, even memory problems, because you have all these thoughts coming in you can't remember. So that's some of the ways that you can tell perhaps this chakra is not in sync, in balance. Now, on a physical note, every chakra has many physical pieces to it. We're talking about our spinal cord. We're talking about our brain, our skull, the physical skull, our central nervous system. So, in essence, when the chakra is overactive or underactive, there's some actual physical things that can manifestate through that. It could be that we have, as I said, loss of memory. We can have very nervous, very antsy, very anxious. Physically, Alzheimer's, dementia, brain illnesses, mental illnesses, even so much as to say, I'm on a limb here, types of brain cancer and disabilities when it affects our brain and our thinking mind. So what we want to do is use all these tools of the yoga practice to get everything in balance. So now that I've kind of given you a big picture of the big picture, let's talk about the elements. Now the elements in every chakra has to do with maybe the earth, the fire, water. This chakra, the crown chakra, is about atmosphere. So thought is atmospheric. So it's not really tangible. That is the element. And our color for this chakra, and every chakra is identified with color, is a violet, white, or gold. And I'm going to use those colors in a moment to explain how you can physically open this up very simply without doing a lot of physical movement. So that's the color. On the gems, today I have amethyst. It's a purple stone, and I'm going to bring come up here so you can see the amethyst stone, very purple violet. And then quartz is another stone or mineral. We have topaz, we have sapphire. So the purpley, golden and white stones are the minerals. And when it comes to our plants, our oils, we're looking at frankincense, myrrh, juniper berry, sage, lavender. So if you have any of those oils, and there's a few others, but those are the predominant ones, those are great to use to breathe in, to help to give some clarity into your olfactory system, to open up the chakra. And today I'm going to use some frankincense, and I'm not going to really place it anywhere. I'm just literally going to open up and just breathe in that aromatic the oil. And you can, if you do have an oil, you can take a drop and you can place it literally on the crown chakra if you're not, and a drop's not gonna get your hair oily or anything like that, but you can literally rub into it. So the oils, now we have hand mudras, and mudras are ways of organizing the meridians. And I said we're a lot of meridians, a lot of energy. Think of meridians, I'm gonna talk about this as like a more anatomical. When we think about all our nerves in our body, if you were to take off skin, and we are a bundle, literally a bundle of nerves. There's thousands, millions of nerves that move from our feet all the way to our head. So when we do a mudra, a hand asana, it helps to organize meridians. And this particular one that I like to use, the Mahayuri mudra, what you're going to do, the right thumb is going to go over the left, and you're going to interlace all of your 10 fingers. Then you'll take your pinky finger, and I'm going to step again forward so you can see this. My pinky finger, I'm going to place it right at my belly, right there. So that's one place you can place it. You can place this mudra right above your crown chakra, and we have the pinky fingers pointing up. So either way, that's one of the mudras, Mahayuri. The Sanskrit, I always gets tongue-tied for me sometimes. The second mudra, which is the mudra of 1,000 petals, thumb and index finger. It's creating almost a lotus petal. You can see that shape. So this is the other mudra, and you can simply place your thumb and your index finger together, and you create this mudra. This is the mudra of 1,000 petals. So when we're doing our practice, whether it's a warrior one, we can actually create that mudra up on here. We're in our tree pose. So those are some of our hand mudras we can integrate in here. So I talked about the color, the element, the gemstone, the mudra. Every chakra has a sound, a tone, and the one that is specifically used for this chakra is the two letters NG. And when we're chanting, if you will, and I'm not necessarily chanting words, we're going to chant sound, we find a pitch or a tone. So join me right now in chanting NG. And I'm going to go into the 1,000 petal mudra, thumb and index finger. I'm going to place it right in front of me. Actually, I'm going to place it over my head. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And we're going to go, Now, if you tone it up, down, you're going to find the pitch that you can feel that area open up. So let's try it one more time and find your pitch. Take an inhale. Relax your shoulders if your hands are above your head, and let's breathe out with this tone, the tone. So that sound actually helped me. I went up a little higher. Low didn't work for me. So that's the chant, or the sound, the seed sound we call it. And lastly, or not lastly, I've got two more things. The other, every chakra has a mantra, an I am statement, or I feel, I believe. Our mantra for the crown chakra is to be, I am that I am. So you can use that in meditation to start your meditation off. Now, this crown chakra really works, well to open up with meditation. That enables our crown chakra to work. So I'm going to take you into a brief 1-minute guided meditation. Let's interlace our hands and take the thumb over, and that's how we interlace our fingers. And you take that pinky finger and bring the pinky finger out from the belly. And close your eyes, please. Now, as you close your eyes, you're going to come into a normal breathing. And what I'd like you to do is imagine a violet orb of light right above your crown chakra. And maybe that orb, that violet color, is maybe about a foot round. And allow that color, the violet color, to start moving clockwise from 12 to 3 to 6 to 9 to 12 around the top of your head. And as that violet light, that orb of energy of light, beautiful violet light is turning around, it becomes a little more spacious. And it creates the opening from the top of the head, the physical top of the head, all the way down through your spine, through your hips, down your legs to your feet. Now as that violet light keeps spinning, imagine, actually think this thought, see gold light coming from above the crown chakra, and allow that golden white light to just emanate from the heavens all the way down from the crown to your root chakra. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And feel that energy moving down. Now you can flicker your eyes open and release your hands. And that you heard the little beep, my platform shut off. So I'm going to go back into my manual again. And this is perfect timing because what I'd like to do is I'm going to start with a speed of just about 2 or 3 because we're going to go into some physical practice now. And I want to explain 3 asanas particularly. So if you want to stay seated, that's fine to do. But one of the asanas, one of the physical moves of this practice is Adho Mukha Sukhasana. Sukhasana. That means sitting pose, easy seat. So I have a blanket, and I like to sit on the blanket. And my speed is only at 2 now in oscillation on the waiver. We're going to sit here, and if this feels comfortable for you, stay on a 2. If you want to take up to a 3 or a 4, but we don't really need to go very high when we're in therapeutic practice like this. We want to feel energy, but we don't want the energy to overwhelm our presence on the platform here. Now I'm going to take my hands behind my back. The same mudra I use with the thumb crossed over. I'm going to release my pinky finger, and I'm sitting tall, and I'm letting all the energy from the platform come all the way to the crown of my head. Now, we'll take a breath in, and we're going to fold forward. As you fold forward, your head will dangle. When the head dangles, I'd like you to take your arms up and over it and reach that pinky finger up. Now, this is a great big shoulder opener for you. If you find it's hard to reach your arms up, you can simply release your hands, bring your hands to your knees, pull your belly in, and drop your head. The traditional yoga practice of opening the crown chakra is all about letting the head get blood to it. So you'll be there for a breath or 2 and then stack your spine up. So if you're seated on a chair or sitting on the platform in this easy seat, we just simply drop our head. The other version of this is actually, because we're not going to do a headstand on the platform, that would just not be a healthy, safe idea because of the vibration of our head. But what we can do is stand on the platform, and that's why I don't have it on high vibration here. We can take that mudra, we can use the 1,000-petal mudra or the interlacing, the Mahayuri mudra. So we'll bend the knees, drop the head, hands go behind. I'm going to go into the 1,000-petal mudra, and I'm going to reach my head down, dangle my head, and connect my thumb and my index finger and bow over. My chest is by my thighs. If this is too much for you, you can put your hands on, grab your toes, Padangusthasana. You can hold on to the platform, but just let your head dangle. And we want to let blood flow go into the brain. And just breathe with us with me for 1 or 2 breaths. Shoulders relaxed, head is just hanging. To come out of it, hands on your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, and come upright. Excellent. Now, I showed you seated, I showed you standing. The next posture, downward facing dog, is a great way to open up the chakra. And downward dog isn't for a lot of people because everyone talks about how tight their hamstrings are, and I get that. Hamstrings really can be in the way, but it's not so much about your hamstrings as it is your head below your heart. You can have your hands on the platform without the blanket on this one as well. So I'm going to show you from the side. I'm actually going to tuck my shirt in here because I'm hanging upside down. So we're going to be about a foot or 2 away from the platform. I'm actually measuring 1 foot. Okay, so you see how I measured 1 foot. I'm bending the knees a lot. My hips are back, and then I'm going to place all 10 fingers on the platform wide. And I think I'm going to take it down to about a 2 on this, just for starters. And we can change this around a little bit. Now, push your hips back and your head dangles. If this feels good for you, it's perfect. I'm pushing my finger pads forward, and I'm pulling my shoulders back. You can walk your feet back a little bit more. Line up your ears with your biceps and let the head hang. Press into your fingerprints. Now, I still don't have hamstrings in it, and that's perfect. It doesn't have to be. You can take your feet back a little further, your tailbones to the sky, and drop your head. If this is working for you and you feel good with that, you can always straighten your legs out, and then you're in your full expression of your downward dog. And we'll stay here for one more breath, looking toward your navel point, letting the head hang. And as you exhale, bend your knees, walk forward. Now take your time here to come up. Hands on the knees, tuck your chin, and come all the way up. And that's our downward facing dog, which everyone tends to be in their neck and shoulders, so we want to drop those shoulders back into the pockets. So I've given you a few options of Sukhasana, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward dog. And the third pose I'd like to share with you is Trikonasana, or tree pose, okay, or not Trikonasana, Vrksasana, tree pose, okay, Vrksasana. So we're going to go into tree pose, which looks like this, but standing on a platform is very challenging. So I'm going to move my platform again. Those of you that are seated, I don't want you to feel like you're missing out on this pose. So on your seat, you'll take your left foot on the platform and turn your right heel, so you're creating this T shape, okay? And then you can just place the heels up against the ankle so you feel this connection of energy, the knee out, the knee forward, and then we can just come up and bring in our mudra again, and then come up and be nice and tall here. And we're lengthening up through the spine. We're opening up the elbows so we can open up that crown chakra. So this is your option if you're seated. Now, if you're standing, have the chair handy in front of you. I won't have my chair in front of me because I want you to see me. Or you can have it on the side in case you feel like you're going to lose your balance. Come into the center of the platform. It's got the least amount of vibration when you're out wide, as you all know. And if you don't, the wider you go, you really get a lot more energy. You can almost see my legs shaking here. So when I come inside, I'm still feeling the energy of the platform. Now, same leg that we did seated. You're going to turn so that the toes point out and the hips are square. And you want to stand nice and tall. Crown of the head is pointing up. Stand here and just feel your hips. Now, if you're feeling comfortable with that, you're going to just go ahead and bring that heel and connect the heel bone to right above the ankle bone. And drop your tail. Pull the belly in. You want to move all that energy up. If that's feeling great for you, you can stay there. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and find I'm going to find my focus point so I can bring my calf and my arch together. So that's the next place I go with this posture. Now, just a little heads up, because this is super important, and a lot of people tend to think that if you bring your foot into your knee, and I'm finding my balance first, that is very dangerous, okay? You do not want your foot into your knee joint, above it or below it. So that's like a big warning for everybody. I don't want you to strain your knee. You think you're balancing and supporting yourself, but it's very dangerous for your knee joint. So the full expression, again, find your focus point. Start off, someone told me once, this is called bush pose, okay? Your tree is just growing. So we're going to come from here, we're going to go into our calf, continue to grow the tree and breathe, and then you can take that foot and bring it up. You might want to grab onto the ankle, and today may not be the day that I'm going to get this posture right for you. Nope, it's not going to be. I'm going to try the other side. So again, even yoga teachers, it happens. Find the length, find the breath, turn out, and then just find where it works for you that you can connect. Bring your hands together. You can use your mudra. You can help yourself up here. And then we can take our hands up and we can grow that tree all the way up into our full expression of the pose. Well, I had it for a second there. So you get the idea for that. So it's a practice, everybody. Not look at self-talk that you just got it for, I got it for a second, then I lost it, and it's okay. I practice finding center, finding breath, feeling the energy of the platform, finding my foundation in the platform, and then slowly bringing it up. And then connecting hands and coming up and breathing. And there you have it. So there'll be other parts of this practice on Wednesday that we'll use, but I'm going to introduce some other mantras besides the I am that I am. We have some wonderful mantras. Now there's other ways, and if you're on the platform again with me, go ahead and pump it up. Go to about a 10 on this. There is one last thing I'd like to share with you that is a great way, it's a great breathing technique. So, oops, just shut up on me. Okay, that was we're gonna go into our final round here. And let's go to about a 7 to a 10. And I wanna share with you a type of breathing called Nodishana. Nodishana is alternating nostril breath. Now, this is a great way because meditation and actual silence, and I have talked straight for about 25 minutes now, but actual silence and meditation is a way for us to connect our consciousness, what's in our head, and release and let go and have divine consciousness come and connect inside of us. Meditation. Some people have a hard time with it, and I get it. I prefer walking meditations, but this alternate nostril breathing is a great way to subtly clear the energy, okay? And it's a practice that you do for 5 minutes. So we'll do it for about a minute or two. And what you'll do is you'll take your right hand, the left hand is going to sit on your left knee. You're going to take your 3 fingers and place them right at the bridge of the third eye. Your left finger is going to close your left nostril. When we do this, the right finger will close the right nostril. So join me, if you will, placing all 3 fingers, the middle, the index, the middle, and the ring finger against your forehead. I want you to take a nice big breath in. You're going to exhale everything out. Another inhale. And we're going to close the right nostril and exhale out of the left. Inhale through the left. Take your pinky finger and close your left nostril, open the right. Exhale out. Inhale in. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale out the left nostril. Inhale in. Close that nostril and switch. Now that was one cycle, okay? When we repeat that exhale, inhale cycle, we would do it for 5 minutes. But that is one way of releasing. So it's subtle energy clearing breathing technique, Nodishana. So I'd like to share that with you on Wednesday when we'll start our practice. We'll start with some breathing, then we'll start with some asanas and movements, incorporating our mudras, our essential oils, and our gemstones. Someone asked a question about hives, and this chakra doesn't deal with hives in terms of that energy system of central nervous. It's really more etheric about your thinking energy. I'd be hard pressed to say that this would affect you with hives. That's more systemic generally. So I would refer that to a naturopath or a doctor, or maybe someone on the staff on the Life Protein. So I want to thank you all so much for coming today and joining me into this introduction to the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra. Join your hands together with me. Let all 10 fingertips touch. Press the palms together. Close your eyes and bow your eyes down toward the heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh out of your mouth. Thank you again, Life Pro friends and family, for joining me today to learn more about your chakra system, specifically the crown chakra. I look forward to serving you very soon on our vibration platform and in our practice. Have a blessed day.